Is it a sin to kiss your boyfriend or girlfriend? Let's talk about it. Now, I'm not going to give my own opinion on this. I'm going to read from 3 different moral theology books that all received a nihil obstat and an imprimatur from the church, which means the church reviewed the text and found there were no moral or doctrinal errors within them. Here's the gist. Unmarried couples can show physical affection with one another, like kissing and embracing. However, these kisses and embraces have to be modest. They also cannot be a near occasion of sin for you, which means if you engage in this act, it's now very likely you're going to fall into grave sin. In all 3 texts, this is distinguished from frequent, protracted, and passionate kissing and embracing, which are forbidden. Why? Because those things inherently strongly incite sexual desire. I mean, guys, it's basic science that swapping saliva and French kissing greatly boosts libido and excites sexual arousal, and that's a very good thing when it's preparing your body for what sexual arousal is meant for, which is the marital act. But if you're not married yet, then you're not supposed to be doing the marital act, which means you're not supposed to be preparing your body for it. In fact, doing that is just going to lead to greater disappointment and harm in your relationship. Some people get excited when you just do a peck, so should that be forbidden? Well, the moral theologians note that even if you foresee sexual excitement to result from moderate acts of affection, those are still permissible to engage in if you resist those excitements or arousal and you do not intend for them. But again, heavy on the moderate acts of affection. I would say a good practical rule of thumb is don't kiss or touch your partner in a way that you would be ashamed if your family member walked in the room and saw you doing it. Now, of course, if you do something with the intent to sexually arouse yourself or your partner, even if it's just a hug or holding hands, that is always gravely sinful. But if you're engaging in a moderate act of affection with your partner simply because you love them, that is not a sinful thing. In fact, that's a very good and beautiful thing, because as human beings, we have both a body and a soul. We speak not just with our words, but also with our bodies. And so it makes sense that we show our love with our bodies as well. My brothers and sisters, let's please not fall into one of 2 extremes on this issue. The first being that holding hands, hugging, kissing is always sinful before marriage. The second being that you can passionately make out and touch each other, and that's also not necessarily a sin, because there is a middle ground, and that is what moral theologians teach and believe. Thanks, and God bless you.